On the last episode, Kappa nearly broke my camera and filmed with the fucking lens cap on.
Brett nearly takes it out of third gear. Whoa.
And surprise, surprise, we drank 80 beers.
And rum and cokes. Yes.
Go. Hey guys, by now you probably know that seeing me means that the studio segments from this episode have also been affected by the dodgy file. Again, I've done what I can to fix it up. Most of it looks fine, but there's still a few sketchy patches. As a reward for hearing me explain that again, here's some footage I shot of Kappa getting ignored by a bartender and then walking into a bench. The bar's playing music we don't have the rights to, so I've recreated the soundtrack. Enjoy.
I wake up the next day. I'm feeling fresh as a daisy. Actually, I'm not feeling fresh as a daisy. I'm feeling pretty dusty after 80 rum and cokes with the Gundawindi guys. And Brett, how are you feeling?
Honestly, I was up at 6 a.m. I went for a run. I was feeling pretty good.
That's absolute bullshit.
Yeah.
I go over to Brett and I go, come on mate, let's go. And he's like, I am not moving.
I'm not moving. The night before I decided, I was like, I'm exhausted. It's 4 days of riding, or 5 days I've been on the road then. I want a day off. I'm done. And also, the day before, I was holding up everyone and I felt bad for Dave. I could see the look in his eye. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to let the boys have a day where they can speed off and have a great time by themselves and catch up. And I'm going to go and explore the beautiful town of Ebor.
Not riding today. Are you sure you don't want to ride?
Fuck off.
Give me a big kiss then.
I have taken footage of this and I have shown it to every single person that Brett has puffed his chest out in front of in the city. Like, look at the big man crack. Look at how he's cracked now, huh?
How did I crack?
Well, because you took a day off.
That's not cracking, that's taking a day off. It's called playing it smart.
Anyway, it was so good to see him crack. I'm like, what a wuss. What a wuss. We really got into him. Dave said, man, it's not that he rides slow. It's the fact that every time he stops, he takes everything off.
Because we're stopping and I'm like, I've got to take my helmet off. I want a breather. The part that was hard, I will say the part that was hard is because I'm 15 minutes behind everyone. So by the time I catch up to everyone, everyone's had a break. They take the helmet off. They're having a drink. I get there. Everyone's like, about time. And then everyone takes off again. So the whole day I never got an actual break. And then everyone's roasting me. I'm like, oh, whatever.
I took off the trip with Stewie and then noticed my oil was low. And then, wouldn't you know it, there's only 2-stroke motor oil in Ebor. So we just put car oil in my bike. Went better than ever.
For some unknown reason.
We go around Dorrigo, the variety around Ebor. For anyone who wants to ride around Ebor, the variety you get bush, you get a bit of, red dirt, then also you get a bit of rainforest. rainforest, everything, it was superb. And Stewie takes us on this bit where it's got these spoon drains. Anyway, I decided to give it a bit of gas, see how the old XT goes in a jump.
I don't know if you can see it. It's not built for jumping.
I do a pretty big jump, and Dad goes, look, I think you shouldn't jump the bike, which made me want to jump it higher. We ride around, and then I decide that I want to race Maundo. I see he can see me coming up, he takes off. So it is a bitter race. I'm trying to catch up with Maundo, I'm flying around the corners, I'm trying to get him, and I just kind of catch up to him, and then he gasses it. I try to pass him on this hairpin turn, I overshoot it, end up in a creek bed.
Brick.
We get to the pub that night and I'm like, mate, that was a sick race today. And he goes, race? I was just lost.
So he didn't even know he was in a
Didn't
race.
even see me in the mirror.
He was just riding as normal, and you're at the back going, trying to catch him.
I thought I'd go explore Ebor while all the boys are out.
You're off having a lovely ride, but I was like, I'll go explore Ebor, and I went to this little cafe, and there was a lady that worked there, and I love country cafes. They're my favourite places in the world. I go in there, and the lady behind the counter, I said to her, I was like, oh, this is a beautiful town, and straight away she goes, don't order anything too hard, I don't have a chef on. And I was like, okay, can I just get a coffee and a toasty? And she goes, you'll have a coffee. And I was like, all right, I'll just have a coffee then. And then her son rocked up in the background. And I said, oh, is there anything else to explore around Ebor I should check out? You know, is there any good sightseeing things to do? She goes, there's this, the fuel station and the pub. That is it. I'm like, okay. But she goes, my son's here now. He can make you breakfast. And I was like, oh, okay. He's obviously stepping in to give her a hand. The chef's not there. We're having a coffee out the front. There's all these other guys there with their motorbikes on an adventure. I must admit, I did get a bit jealous. I was like, oh, God damn it. Kind of wish I was with the boys, but I was enjoying my day off. And the son comes up and he goes, oh, what would you like to order? I said, oh, just, you know, like a bacon and egg roll or a BLT, whatever you can do, mate. I know that you don't normally work here, but you're just helping your mum out, which is quite nice. And he goes, yeah, BLT, I can make that. It'll probably taste like shit though. And then just walked into the kitchen. I was like, cool, man. Can't wait for this. And then finished up there, went for a little ride around the town, had a little look at the waterfall, you know, something to do. And I'll be honest with you, I just started day drinking. I cracked the first beer at 11 and I sat at the bar for the rest of the day, downloaded some footage, washed my clothes. I had a great time.
Meanwhile, with the border bunch, I was having a ball. Now you got to bear in mind, Tom, Jack, Adam and Jared are all on bikes that are way faster than ours, plus they're awesome riders.
Oh, is that why I was at the back?
Yes, yeah. So I'm trying to catch up with them and I'm doing all kinds of dirty tricks. Like the only way I could pass Adam was I passed him on the left on a one-way bridge.
So you're in a dogfight just doing all these little rat boy moves. You're throwing spanners into people seeing like road rage.
Now Brett's not there. So we're all taking jabs at him. Every single...
I can imagine. I can imagine.
First one of the day. We all pull up. Dave comes along and he goes, finally, could take her out of second gear. Everyone just loses it. The next one, we pull up at another stop. Stewie goes, getting around it a bit faster today.
See, they're the ones that hurt the most, you know? It's nothing, not a direct violent thing, it's just a little one where we all know.
Yeah.
Not there to defend myself, real tough of you, Stuart. Hopefully, also I hope he doesn't see this, he will bash me as well.
Yeah. We stop at a nice place for a beer, it's fantastic. We get back, Brett is there, I walk in, Brett's there just watching YouTube videos. I'm like,
I was like, I've got to get better at riding. So I went into the room and I started watching some videos on how to be faster off-road around corners. And when you eventually came in, you're like, I caught you watching footage. I was like, mate, I'm not watching a porno. I'm just watching something in here.
I walk in and Brett is full nerding out. He's like in front of the YouTube trying to practice. It was so funny.
Oh, man. Well, that's how you learn. So I was sitting in front of that and I was like, if I learn how to do that and you're laughing at me, I was like, how else do you learn? I get crap if I'm too slow. I get crap if I'm trying to be better. I'm like, oh, I give up. There's no impressing this bloke.
No. I thought if I took a day off, Brett would not take any prisoners.
That's not true. I'm a very patient and understanding person, and I don't often give people crap. So I don't know where you're getting all these ideas from, Nick.
But then we didn't say anything. Like I had a laugh with him on YouTube. It was very, very funny. And then we just all sat down at dinner. None of us said anything. But then Brett went to come over to the table. And then I said, sorry, mate, riders only. And the whole table lost it.
I think it's a lot like your comedy. You think you're getting a bigger laugh than you actually do, because I'm pretty sure you're the only person who laughed at that.
Nah, everybody laughed at that.
Everybody laughed. And every gig you do, people give you a standing ovation.
He's angry already.
Here comes the rage. Look, I've got to own it. I sucked.
Then it was just open season then. Then everyone just fucking got into Brett.
It was a pile-on.
And I loved every minute of it. I was loving it so much.
I had to have a cigarette again. I hadn't had one in a year. I was like, I need to borrow a cigarette, mate. Jeez,
it was a full pile-on.
I'm confident left, right,
I was like, he's never going to have a day off
again. Oh, my God. I never heard the end of it. I was trying to do everyone a favour by letting them have a good day where they could just, get up some speed and hit it. And then they're like, nah, we would have had more respect for you if you held us up.
And it never got old.
No.
We would stop poking fun at him. And then Jared would rock up and go, how's your day off, mate? And then we're like, oh, yeah.
So everyone piled on me. I copped it sweet. I'm not normally at the bottom end of it, but I definitely was. But my clothes were smelling fresh. I had a sleep in. I had a few schooners at lunch. I was having a good day.
You did take a day off, though.
I did take a day off, and I loved it.
But we had to get an early good night's sleep.
Which we absolutely did not do.
We did not do that.
No.
It was another 80 rum and cokes.
I'm surprised there's any Bundaberg left anymore. Yeah. Oh my God, worst hangover.
But we had to go the next day to the Lunatic Hotel in Drake.
That's too dramatic.
That was too dramatic.
It's too much.
That was great.
No.
Where's my next pie ad?
People are turning off.
Imagine that pie. That was great.
Bashable.
Legends. Along the ride, we raised some cash for Are You Bogged, Mate, which is a men's mental health charity for blokes in the country. If you got some spare coin, jump on their website and donate.
In the next episode, an orange bite goes down hard in one of our biggest stacks yet.
I nearly killed Nick Kappa's dad in a drag race.
Jared also has a big stack. We have the inaugural Golden Sump Awards.
And we actually drink a pub dry.
Yeah, that was awesome.